Yo, what is going, guys, and welcome to the channel. I'm the Toy Sheik, and today, man, I have a feast for you guys. A feast du jour. The best fandom of all time. This is my favorite. I know we talk a lot of turtle business on this channel, but this is the one that started it all. This is my favorite. It's my jam. I've been collecting it for a couple decades. I've been wanting to talk about it since I started the channel. I always gave myself a goal to have like a background so I could be able to show off some of these amazing collectibles to you guys in the videos as we talk about it. The background's coming along, so I was like, hey, let's get it out there because it is really difficult to find information on this line. What line are we talking about? We're talking about that amazing 80s line of anthropomorphic beast in armor ready to do battle in the palm of your hand with their little heat rub signs. What am I, wind, water, fire, earth? Nah. That's Captain Planet. That's the wrong thing. But we'll get into that here shortly. We're talking about Battlebeasts, baby, and that is that amazing line of 2.5-inch animal characters with the little rub signs in the center that would change by the heat temperature on your hand. But, man, this line expands so much. It's a gigantic universe. It goes all over. It's a multiverse of animals doing crazy stuff in all these different countries all over the world. I've been collecting. I have stuff from every country. I love this line so much. I'm excited to show you guys. But it's something I could talk about this forever. I gotta stop talking already. We're just gonna go over introduction today. Give you a little dabble, little dip into the pond of the animal universe, and then on future videos, since this will be the first in a little series we'll probably wind up doing. We'll go over con stuff, different countries, show off all those awesome exclusives and things from all over that you guys probably have never even seen. So, without further ado, it's time to let the beast out the cage. That's a beautiful day. For the beast to rise up, let's go. All right, guys, we're going to spin through this really quick because I've made this video so many times. I cannot keep it under a half hour. I start talking about Battlebeasts, I get too excited. I talk forever, put too much information in there. So we're going to keep all the Japanese release stuff for a future video. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one or want to watch another one because it's just a whole other world, and we'll keep the time down. So let's hopefully I can get through this quicker. Should be an expert by now for how many freaking times I've done it. So let's turn it down a notch and get back to the start of it, which is 1986 when Takara, Japan, of Transformers fame, decided to have a spin-off. They wanted to go with mixing Transformers with Battlebeasts to create Beastformers as they would have been known in Japan. They would have came in boxes such as this with a white background, different artwork, figures inside the same, still with the same numbering system and whatnot, but they did have different packaging, kanji and whatnot. It's a whole other game as we'll get into it. But in 1987, Hasbro did acquire the distribution rights to Battlebeasts. They didn't want to have any connection with the Transformers storyline, instead going with their own gimmick and a new name of Battlebeast that we all know over here on this side of the ship. Now, they did release Series 1 through 3 in America. Technically, Series 1 through 4. But 1 through 3 are the ones that a lot of you guys know, and that ranges from numbers 1 through 76, as each animal as well as their weapon are numbered, so you can correspond, collect, and keep them together if you're out there hunting and whatnot. The weapons are very hard to find, very, very expensive. The idea of putting the numbers for the weapons and the figures to keep them together, absolutely fantastic to the creators and the designers out there. Would love to know information on creators and designers of Battlebeasts. I've never seen it. I've watched stuff from different countries and all kinds of other toy lines, but never Battlebeasts. It's definitely a line that's hard to find information on, whether online or in videos. There are some places that you can go to find information. If you're definitely looking for the best, then you got to go to beastformers.blog. I'll put that information down below. It's either .org or .blog, but I'll put it down below. He's the godfather of the Battlebeast game, the White Rabbit. Anytime you need to know something, he's either put it on there, you can ask him and he'll tell you. He's always updating with new stuff, I think, every year, adding on to the line. People on Instagram now are always finding new things that I didn't even know existed. So things are always adding to the lore of what's been produced along the time frame that we have, which is very short, from 86 to 88. This line did run, ending off in 88 with Laserbeasts over in Japan, as well as pretty much the early start or whatnot of 88. You had Series 4 released in America, known as the Shadow Warriors, changing the name from Battlebeasts. Now, Series 1 and 2 of Battlebeasts, if you remember them in the stores back in the day, because I remember them in Toys R Us, I think we paid about like $2-something for one of them. But that was awesome. I've always been into animals. My parents knew I love animals and robots. Let's put those together. So even as a kid, I love Battlebeasts. We were very fortunate enough to have a lot of them. I never liked mini toys. My brother was always big into the mini ones. I was a He-Man turtle type scale, but the Battlebeasts were always in all my wars. There's definitely certain characters that I used. They were my assassins, my ninjas. So I always loved it. I lost a lot of them playing in the dirt outside, stuff like that. But I have a lot of them still from a kid. So very, very excited about that. But if you guys remember the 2-pack style blisters that they came in at the store at the time, for Series 1 and 2, they came in multiples of combinations of numbers that you could have got. I don't know if it's endless. I'm sure there is an ending, but certain variations are harder to find than others. I like to collect by doing consecutive numbers, 1 through, well, it's like 50-something, because Series 3 was released in an 8-pack later on down the line at the tail end of 87, and it would have been like a box style like this with 8 figures that you could have only gotten the Series 3 figures in. But for Series 1 and 2, they were released in a 2-pack blister. Like I said, I got consecutive numbers. So right here, we have number 1 and 2, Pirate Lion and Deer Stalker. Those are some of the common characters that a lot of people recognize from the line. Maybe you had those as a kid, or just the faces that you always recognize when you see them. As well as a lot of characters on the artwork for the card back, or a lot of the characters that people do remember. Although this line was released all over the world, the card back does remain the same artwork style for blister-wise, all over, besides in Japan, where it is actually different. And they were released not on 2-pack blisters, but actually in single-style boxes with numbers and the names to correspond with the figures. You could have got those. This is for the later Laserbeasts, and these ones are for the original, which did take the aesthetic of the Transformers. You had the Autobots in the Decepticon-style, brick-style box. You could have got. The characters were coming there. They weren't like the bad guy was in purple or whatever, but they're really, really cool. I have a ton of these. They released these figures in Japan, 1 through 112, because that's how many figures there were altogether if you're trying to collect them all. I know I said there's 76 in America, but Japan had a lot of exclusives released only in over on that side of the water. So to complete it, you got a lot of high-end figures. They're worth a lot of money. We'll get into those on another time, because they are really, really amazing. A lot of unique animal characters, insects are introduced to the line, a lot of exclusives from Japan that were never seen here or even known about till we became adults and got online and found these things out. That's why stuff is always still coming out, and I don't even have all of it. Once Hasbro got their love and just spread it out amongst the world all along North America as well as Europe for at least the first couple series. The first series was released pretty much worldwide underneath the Battlebeast name. Like I said, the card backs do look the same, although the logo on them is different depending on the country of origin that it came from. They also released them in different styles all over the world, which we'll get into on other episodes as well. As over in Greece, they released them in a Muscleman Kinikimon solid color style figure, only Series 1, but pretty much every figure from Series 1 was released in 7 different colors, so you can complete the rainbow. I've been trying to complete the spider rainbow for a really long time. It's one thing I do not have, so when I do get figures nowadays, it's pretty much getting these kind of figures to round out the collection. I do have several of them. This is a black one here as well. This is a pink one. They are really expensive, like 200 plus for this figure. So certain rainbows really hard to get, so that really, really sucks. Also, in Spain, my favorite, you have Beastie Combates, which they released the first series of figures in different colorways. They use different paint, and this is the only country where the colors are completely different, so very, very cool looking. Some are silver, like looking like the Rhino and stuff. Very, very awesome figures from that line. So you have bootlegs of all different styles. Like during this time, Battlebeasts are killing it. They're like all over. I don't remember seeing all this stuff when I was younger, but I definitely had the lunchbox. I definitely remember the Halloween costumes, but they have lots of different accessories and merchandise that you can get of all different types. I was really, really surprised. Like I said, more stuff is always coming out. It's always interesting to see those things. In Japan, they had all kinds of store displays and other options for you to be able to buy the figures and different packaging over there. So just a huge line. Comic books. They had hard media that you can read, which if you're looking for the characters and semi-movement, if you will, you know, to add on to the lore, to the story, those are definitely some routes that you can go. They're not too expensive, so you're able to get those, and you're also able to download them and watch them online. But if you do want to see them in their first appearance, which is going to be Transformers Headmasters back in maybe around 87, you can watch it on YouTube. But the famous episode, Rebellion Planet Beast, I think it is. And you get to see some of your characters from the Battlebeasts line in movement. I wish there was more cartoons of it. It's really awesome. So definitely, if you're a Transformer lover, Battlebeasts had always like kind of pulled you in as well as just people love animals in mech suits or whatnot. But really, really fun design. Like I said, I always loved these as a kid. I always collected a lot of toys from all lines on card. I was always like a mint on card collector forever, and I wanted to get a figure, like my favorite figure, or maybe the figure you didn't have from each line to represent in my collection. Over time, I realized that that's literally impossible to do because you could literally just spend your whole life just trying to do that little journey. But I did wind up getting a Battlebeast. The first one I got on 2-pack blister card was the Spider and the Crab. The Spider is my favorite, and once I got it, I fell in love and I fell down the rabbit hole. So like I said, back in the day, we didn't have this kind of stuff like Instagram to really see these things. We were checking out Beast Formers for sure. There was a site, I think it was called like lrg.com, where it was like a forum for a lot of these smaller form types toys, Kinnikuman, Muscleman, little Monster in My Pocket, and trash packs, stuff like that. So you go there, share your things, find out information, see pictures, see people's collections, see the OG people who got these crazy collections, man. So really, really awesome. A lot of fun things that you can go. So many different outlets, like I was saying. So if you're trying to collect them all, like I said, I love these cases right here. I use them forever. I have. You can get them at Hobby Lobby and whatnot. I think they hold 17 figures if you use the long one, which I put the longer figures in. But yeah, they're also numbered on there. I have them. So this is the first like 16 here. Every figure is complete, mint as mint can be. The white looks like you took them out of the package. I bought several. If it's a white character, I bought it so many dang times to make sure it was absolutely perfect. So there's that one. You got next one. Next one. There's so many good characters, man. There's so many good characters. And all of those. Boom. And then boom. These are all like Series 3. So Series 3 had a lot of really awesome looking like lizards and things like that. On other videos, we'll take them all out. And then here's rounding it off at the end through 76 as well. As on the bottom here, you have your variations of your characters from the North American release. They had some colorway changes throughout the way that are drastically different where people actually accept them as variations to the line legitimately. So we have the Jaguar. Like he came in blue. You can get him in red. This is like the pink crab. You can get him in like red. And I love this one. This is the orange gorilla. He was only available in like a couple exclusives, I think, in North America. But he's usually like red. So he is a really, really fun one. So all those characters there. But during my time, I always... also... Here's actually the final one. So with Series 4, we talked about the Shadow Warriors. This is all the figures right here that you could get. There was also a variant of the Parrot. They would be included if you're trying to be a completist of the North American releases. So up until number 89, so it would have been from 77 to 89, you would have got the Shadow Beast like this one right here. Now, once they got to the Laser Beast, they did switch out from the rub sign that you remember on these ones, the heat-activated rub sign that you would hold on to. What is your mood that day? And then they switched it over to a clear type quartz, clear little globe that's in the center. You put them up to the light and you can see whatever their sign is that represents the character. It's, different artwork. It's been upgraded from these rub sign ones. I would say the artwork on the rub sign was also upgraded throughout time. There's probably like a version 1 from the first series, and then it gets a little bit better on version 2. Just the graphic, the print is a little bit nicer, and then on this one, it's obviously the laser beasts are better. So on these, with the weapons that do match with each of those, through all the rest of the characters, up through 112, they also do have matching weapons and numbers, but they switch to a laser gun to go with the Laser Beast. Now, just like these weapons that have a resemblance to the character, the lasers also do have a little bit of appearance that coincides with whatever character they're going with. So that's a switch to those ones there. That's all the North American releases there, all complete. I do have those in Japan too. We're not going to get into them, but in Japan, you would have received these in single box sets, just like I was showing off the original ones. With the Decepticon boxes and whatnot, they switched to these style. There's a lot of different single style box designs that switch as they release the characters throughout that run. But you can get all the Laser Beasts in these styles. So I do have these loose as well as on package here. I do not have the American one, 2-pack, but what are you going to do? And so that is all of those. There's so many. The customizers now are killing it. so many different ways you can go down once we do other videos talking about you know, all the exclusives and overseas releases and international ones and like super rare con exclusive stuff to show off to you guys. Like there's so many things that you do collect, so you really have to pinpoint. Luckily I started early because this stuff is like stupid expensive. It always was expensive. It was the upper echelon. If you wanted to collect Battle Beasts, it was like it really sent me to being a hardcore collector. I knew like once you would buy, you know, stuff for like $100 for a figure, you're buying turtle figures for like $30-40. That's nothing. And then you also can't hold it up to a girl or anything. You'd be like, well, that's that much. Well, you bought a Battle Beast for $100. Oh man, you're right. Dang it, you're right. So, but yeah. So when you get to Laser Beasts, you get to the high ones. They're $400 plus. Very, very expensive line to collect. So I had to like back away because there's just so much cool stuff to get. All right. So during this time, if you're a hardcore collector, Battle Beast, once you're down the rabbit hole deep, there's always like the collector, the big bros in there. They always army collect something. You army build some character. I don't know. They're all over the place. So online, there's so many great ones you can follow. You guys should if you want some awesome Battle Beasts content and big players, big collections. You want to see all the stuff. Definitely follow those guys. Rocky Rhino, Killer Carp, Triple Threat Snake, Human Genome Project, Battle Beast Redo. Yo. All my boys be dropping fire all the time. So definitely go check them out online. But you can see a lot of cool collections from them. My brother he always had I'm looking for him right now. He always had the penguin. And I didn't have the penguin. And so he was like, here he is right here. This is my brother's one. He had this one. I loved him from Series 3. He's number 75. He's also one of the most expensive figures. A lot of these figures are about the same price, but some of them kind of just like demand more because they just have a lot of people army build them, or just a lot of people enjoy that character more. So, but the penguin he had, and when I was completing them, I wanted a really clean one because I didn't have my brothers at the time. So I kept getting them, and he wasn't as white as I wanted. So I had probably bought like, I don't know, 5 or 6 to finally get like a really good, clean white one. And I finally got my brother's one. So by then I was like, dude, I should just army build the freaking penguins. So for years, still is, it's an ongoing thing. Penguin Army, baby. The Penguin Army. There's so many. They're all over the place because there's single ones in these ones. There's one up there. You know, I have them on the single box card. I have customs of them. I have this box I found while looking for all this stuff. This is full of like all figures I haven't unpacked. I actually did see a Beastie Combate Rhino, the silver Rhino. I think I got him from Rocky Rhino maybe like a year or so ago. So he's just been sitting there ever since. Super, super awesome. So more to add. I think I might have like 50. I want 100, but now they're very, very expensive. They used to be like, costing me like $12. Then they went to like 18. It was a lot. But now they're like around like, 20, 25 to 30. And then complete like 60. The weapons go for like 30 just for the penguin. He's a very hard one to get. So I rebuilt those. I love the penguin. He's absolutely amazing. I wanted to do a whole video on that, but we got talking about the introduction, and it's fine. We'll show off more stuff later. It's hard to keep this all wrapped up. Like I said, I get super excited and I want to talk, and I just want to keep going over more and more and more. So there's so much more to show you from all different countries, all different card backs and things I can get out and whatnot. But today, hopefully, this is a nice little introduction. If you don't know about it or want to know more about the line, definitely stay tuned. I've been collecting this line for a couple decades. It is my favorite. Like I said, I know I'm a turtle channel, but this is always like my one. I can't get rid of my Battlebeast stuff. That's at my heart. There's so many awesome customizers I'm going to bring to you guys. Like, well, the main one who basically makes Battle Beast in the same design, reimagine to go to flow very seamlessly in with the vintage line. He is the man I'm giving all my money to nowadays. So I'm definitely excited to bring him his stuff. It's absolutely insane. And there's so much more cool stuff to go over. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you got some value out of this type of video, out of this video today with all this fire, definitely hit that like button and come back for more. And thank you. Hopefully I got this video down this time. Hope to see you guys on the next one. Until then, mad love, geek out. See you on the next episode.